It's been over 3 years since Sonic Frontiers release, and with its sequel just around the corner, I have tons of ideas for what the next game could look like. Today, I'm going to be exploring and explaining them all. I hope you guys enjoy, and with that, let's head straight into it. First of all, I would just love to get a brand new, huge open world map, similar to something like Zelda, where instead of on different islands, we could see one huge central zone where we could do everything. Imagine having all the bosses, all the enemies, all the biomes, everything sort of combined into one huge and vast world. That would be amazing. It would really feel like a next-gen Sonic game. Now, of course, I definitely want to see cyberspace again, but this time, it would be sick to see some more original levels instead of old zone remixes. Instead of getting zones like Chemical Plant and Green Hill in cyberspace, it would be sick if we saw some brand new ones. Plus, I think the entire mechanic should become a little bit more central, as it did feel a little bit more of a side feature and slightly smaller in the first game. Next up, I would dig a multiplayer mode. Like, that is one of the biggest flaws of the first game, because you could only play by yourself. Heck, so many people wanted it, mods started making custom multiplayer mods just so you could play with your friends. Just imagine running around a vast world with 6 or 7 other people. Like, that would be an experience. Just think about it, all of you and your friends going against a huge Titan boss. Like, that would be pure hype. Alright, now before we continue, I just want to ask you guys to do me a favor, and if you've been enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because it'll really help me out a ton. Anyways, another thing that would be really cool would be a better developed physics/movement system. Don't get me wrong, the first game had pretty nice and satisfying movement, but I think it would be cool if the devs focused on a better speed and acceleration engine. It would make the game feel even more realistic and would top the first one even more. Just imagine if we got better physics for when you're rolling down a hill or jumping in the air. Like, that would just be insane. And another feature I loved from the first game was the combat system. I really loved the entire mechanic in the first game, so it would be sick if they brought it back. It's a really unique spin on Sonic, who's not usually doing for combat first, but more running. They could really expand on all of his abilities and stats. Just imagine if you could either go against a boss with your friend and you could both tag team a boss, or even go against your friends in your own combat duels. Now, when it comes to the storyline, I think we could continue from where the first game left off. Just think about it, we could see more Titans on this brand new, vast and open island, and this time maybe someone like Infinite or Meffelds could be controlling them, and we would have to go ahead and take down each of the Titans one by one and eventually get to Meffelds or Infinite. I think that would be a pretty fresh spin compared to some other Sonic games we've had recently. And dude, honestly, they have to bring back the fishing mode, and they have to make more side modes like it. It felt so fresh and chill just fishing with Big the Cat, and I would love to see if they did the same thing with more abilities. Maybe a training grounds with Knuckle, maybe a farm with Amy, all that sort of stuff. I also think that this time around, they should focus on making the map a little bit more detailed, because last time, it just felt like a few hills with assets put on top of them. It would be better if we had a more dynamic island that reacted and interacted with Sonic better. I also think they should make the Titan boss fights a little bit larger, and yes, I know the Titans are already huge, but let's say we removed 1 or 2 of the Titan fights, but instead we made each other one bigger. That would just be fire. It would also be cool to have an idea similar to Sonic Forces, where we would also have old bosses and bad guys come back. Now, finally, another thing that could really help the game would be a stronger post-launch vision. The first game had a really good post-launch plan, where for an entire year there was extra content and DLC that we're adding, where you could play as other characters, we had a birthday event, and all that stuff like that. Although this time around, it would be really sick if we saw a multi-year format. If you think about it, the original Sonic Frontiers has kind of been slowly decreasing in popularity, but that's not even the game's fault. There just hasn't been much to do. After you complete all the main content and the DLC, you're practically done. So instead, on the second game, there should be a better post-launch plan for content to continue out for the next few years. That would keep players happy and less starving for another game. And that is all of my expectations for Sonic Frontiers 2. Let me know down below in the comments if there's anything else you would like to see. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!